Hello?
Jables. Yeah. Sorry, I was muted. God damn it. Hey, everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints of Discord, your one and only free show to the Laughing Scoundrel podcast. Coming at you every Friday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you live somewhere else, figure it out yourself. I'm Jables. Rimshee and Scooter are joining me, I guess.
Assholes. I hate you all.
And Brainwash subscribed at Tier 1 9 months in a row. Ooh, baby's about to pop.
Damn you, Rimshee, you didn't change the title.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I thought we were doing post-turkey clarity.
Oh, no one told me.
You were here as part of the...
In the same... Oh!
Whatever. How was your guys' Thanksgivings?
It was alright.
Given that I live in California, I will neither confirm nor deny what my plans were this week.
Fair.
But if I had happened to have spent time with my family, it would have been a lot of fun.
No, just say what you wanted to do is spend time with your family, and if you did that, it would be a lot of fun. But I mean, regulations prevented you from doing that. So, what would you and your family have done if you were to meet up?
Oh, we would
because of the regulations.
Normally, my family would have just hung out and talked because it would have been like my mom's side of the family, so all of my cousins and whatnot. But since COVID is a thing and California hates people, it would have just been my parents, my sister and her boyfriend, my one of my younger brothers, and me and the wife. And my mom probably would have planned to do some games like Thanksgiving bingo, and pin the pilgrim hat on the turkey.
That sounds like it would have been a great time.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been if I didn't live in California, especially since there would have been she would have had prizes like a Chick-fil-A gift card and a weird little chicken thing that my wife would have loved.
Oh yeah,
had she won it.
I've never been to Chick-fil-A.
It's all right. First of all, welcome, Kimmy. And to answer your question, Canuck, it is like post-nut clarity, but if anything, there's more shaming.
Yeah,
is all I will say on that.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear post-nut clarity, and all I'm thinking about is there's a reason why you rub it out before a good date from something about Mary. Before an important date.
Yeah, I just made a shit ton of mashed potatoes and gravy and just munched on that all day. Video games.
Yeah, Mrs. Rimshee watched something about Mary for the first time, and she is glad that she watched it because now she doesn't have to ever watch it again.
Yeah. Basically what we did is my dad got because we went to Bob Evans on Veterans Day because he gets a free meal, and while we were there they had an advertisement for this Thanksgiving feast meal that they had. It's like $136, and we got fucking turkey, ham, bread and celery stuffing, mashed potatoes and gravy, macaroni and cheese, green beans, corn, cranberry relish, 12 dinner rolls, 2 pies, and pumpkin ranch.
Not a bad deal.
Hell of a good deal, actually.
Yeah, that's a hell of a good deal. I wish I'd known about that. I would have bought it.
Oh, the wife made pie and some weird butternut squash thing that I didn't touch. Um, but yeah, that turkey my dad would have grilled. No, barbecued. I stand corrected. It would have been barbecuing. Would have tasted so good.
Well, I hope they sent you some leftovers so you could have really tasted whatever they might have made.
Yeah, well, we'll have to do the social distancing stop and grab sort of deal, and I'll have to pick up some of the stuffing.
Yeah.
But
I've never been a huge fan of stuffing.
I hate
my
this
mom
stuff.
does really good stuffing.
Yeah, people keep telling me that, and then I try their mom's stuffing, and I'm like, nah, not for me.
Completely fair. Completely fair. If you don't like it, it's fine.
I mean, like, for me, like, stuffing is like, even at its best, it's like, this is room in my stomach that I can save for more mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I only made mashed potatoes and gravy yesterday.
That's pretty fair, actually. But yeah, this stuffing goes really well with mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it does.
Tell you what, the fucking cranberry relish that they sent with that mule kit is fucking awesome on top of turkey. Oh my god, that was good.
I will add this. My mom doesn't necessarily add bread because they're on a keto-like diet. So it's not gonna fill up your gut with all that expanding bread bullshit. So you still do have plenty of room for mashed potatoes.
Yeah, honestly, the only things to really I get some broccoli when I'm spending Thanksgiving with my parents. I'll get some broccoli just because I need some veggies. But most of that meal is just turkey, gravy, and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Yes. So worth it. So
deviled eggs are always a standard for Thanksgivings.
Yeah, my mom doesn't do deviled eggs. Never has.
My family does deviled eggs, but they're kind of just there as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
God damn it! Now I'm getting hungry.
We always make ours with Miracle Whip, Dijon mustard, ham, capers, white pepper, and everything.
I'm really tempted to go get some of my white pie.
I'm sure you are.
I'm probably gonna raid the fridge again myself before too long.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you guys are married now, so you can have as much of your wife's pie as you want.
you dirty bastard! You're not wrong.
No innuendos here.
But well, what my wife did this year is instead of a standard pastry crust, she did a pecan crust for the pumpkin pie. Oh, it's really good.
That's another thing. Like,
I thought you were going to say M cracker crust, and I was about to get hard.
No, that's not a bad deal, but no.
I get mad shit for this, like, from a lunch with people, but I fucking despise pumpkin pie.
Yeah, that's fine.
You despise pumpkin pie?
It's fucking nasty. I've always hated it.
That's fair.
It's got to have a lot of whipped cream for me, but other than that, not too shabby. I will take like a banana cream or a French silken for pumpkin any day.
Oh yeah.
My mom usually makes this blueberry sour cream or blueberry cream cheese. I don't remember which, but blueberry sour cream. I hear yelled from the other room, but she'll make this blueberry sour cream pie, and it's fucking delicious, man.
Cream cheese makes more sense.
I'm not big on sour cream.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not either. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but
it's It's not the flavor for me. It's the texture that just immediately turns my stomach. Just like nope. Mm-mm.
Well, you don't get the texture of the cream cheese with this pie.
Thought it was
Or the sour cream. Sour cream.
Cream cheese just makes more sense though with that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around the sour cream thing, but
Obviously, sour cream does have its uses in desserts. Like if you're making proper cheesecake and you want it to be able to freeze well, you put sour cream in it. Also adds richness.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was very skeptical about it too when I first saw the pie, and then I actually had a slice, and holy shit, it's delicious.
Yeah,
And we're
don't get me
losing
wrong.
people so fucking quick.
I'll try just about anything once. Like
that explains your life in a nutshell, dude.
Yeah. Well, I learned my lesson quite a few times with like that doesn't seem like it'll work, and then I tried. I'm like that actually fucking works. I learned that lesson when I moved to Seattle. One of the times I learned that lesson is when I moved to Seattle, and the hot dog vendors here sell something called a Seattle dog. And what's on it is cream cheese and grilled onions.
I can't do onions most of the time.
I can't do the cream cheese.
You can. It's surprisingly good. Like, I was like, that doesn't seem like it should work, and then I tried it. I'm like, okay, I get it.
Especially like warm cream cheese is like kind of like one of those just like absolute no things for me.
It somehow works. It's
because like for example, like I can't eat jalapeno poppers. I bit into one by accident like not too long ago and was almost violently sick.
Okay, what if it was cheddar cheese jalapeno?
Cheddar would be fine.
Yeah.
But like the ones that are filled with cream cheese is just an immediate no.
Yeah, well, you're getting a spurt of cream cheese. It kind of goes back to the sour cream thing. When it's hot, it goes to the sour cream thing.
Yeah, it's mainly a texture thing. It's like
it's as opposed to like jalapeno poppers, which are just filled with cream cheese. It's more like a topping, like you would do with relish or mustard or ketchup.
And so, like for me, like cream cheese, like it has to have something else with it. Like it either has to be sweetened, like in say cheesecakes, or like combined with another cheese that kind of overpowers its flavor, like in cheese ball.
Well, that's what the grilled onions are for.
I mean, I'd probably try it at least once, but
I'll do sour cream and a baked potato, but I don't know. It's got to be the right.
I know that I don't like sour cream.
Yeah, I have a really hard time. It's like me and onions. I have a really hard time with onions.
Yeah.
I don't mind the flavor. It's purely the texture.
Especially caramelized onions. Oh god, I love caramelized onions.
Yeah, that's what they put on the Seattle dog. Yeah.
So like, I'm a fucking White Castle guy. Of course, I love onions.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I don't necessarily like. I'm mostly able to power through it and just if I can eat it and deal with it. The one thing that I can't do is tomatoes.
Oh, I love tomatoes.
Has to be very specific.
Flavor of tomato, totally fine, but the texture I can't do. No, I just can't.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I'm okay with like diced tomatoes if they show up in my Crunchwrap Supreme from Taco Bell. Because I forgot to click the no tomato thing.
Yeah.
But I'd prefer not to have them.
I adore tomatoes. I adore them on sandwiches, in salsa. I like ketchup. Love tomato sauces.
Oh, I'm fine with like the sauces, ketchup and salsa and things like that. You know, a lot of
It's just the tomatoes themselves. I got you.
yeah. I one of my older sisters, she used to eat tomatoes like apples. She just
Yeah.
she would just sit there with the salt shaker, take a bite out of it, pour some salt on it, take a bite, pour some salt, take a
Sounds
bite.
like my sister eating watermelon.
Yeah. Oh, my grandpa used to put salt on watermelon.
Of course, like she kind of gets that from my dad's side of the family. Like my grandfather, that man would salt cheese.
Oh, jeez.
He would salt salted potato chips. He fucking had it bad, man.
Damn. How much? Gotta drink a lot of water to counteract all that salt.
You know, like my sister, like she actually revealed this to me like years later because long time ago when we initially like growing up in this house, the container for the water softener salt was in her room, and she admitted to me years later that she would occasionally like steal pellets out of there to suck on.
God damn.
She loves fucking salt. She got it bad.
I mean, I like savory, salty things, but not that much. I'm not a fucking hamster. That's,
Like,
Yeah.
that's the main reason. Like she tried to be like a vegetarian. She lasted like less than a month because she couldn't give bacon up
mm.
Is she what?
because she couldn't give bacon up.
I went. I went vegan for a while. I had to give that up just because my genetics don't do well with a no meat diet.
Hmm.
So
In
whatever.
my case, it's just I don't want to. I don't want to give
I,
up meat.
I was doing it for like anti-factory farming reasons and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if somebody like during that time, if somebody had hunted an animal or something and gave it to me, I'd be like, yeah, dope. All right. Um, yeah, I'm just anti-factory farming, and I'm still feeding into it right now because I can't hunt.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, I wouldn't be. It doesn't. It's not something that I personally dwell on. I agree that like the standards of how we farm our meat should probably be better and more consistent. You know, the
yeah,
animal shouldn't suffer unduly.
yeah. Well, yeah, I want them to have better practices, but to have better practices, they also need to lower the demand in a sense. So it's a
Yeah,
weird fucking
that
thing.
that's a much larger societal sweeping problem to start
Yeah,
to get into.
yeah,
I think if there's one thing that we can agree on potentially, like it's like holiday sweet potatoes are a fucking abomination.
yep. It's a waste of marshmallows.
There is no goddamn reason to put that much brown sugar, butter, and marshmallows into fucking sweet potatoes.
Yeah, agreed. Not worth it.
They're too sweet, man. Even the smell fucking turns my stomach.
Yeah, the farthest I'll go with sweet potatoes, and I still don't really like it, is sweet potato fries. I'm cool with sweet potato fries.
And like, it's not just that. Like, not only are they so disgustingly sweet the way that people prepare them on the holidays, but then they just have the worst, most fucking mushy, slimy texture.
Yep.
They're fucking awful. I hate them.
That's why.
You crab, you contrarian piece of shit.
Yeah. That's why I'm okay with the fries, because they're hardened up a bit.
Larry Kubiak subscribed to Tier 1. 14.
Hey, Larry.
Now. Welcome to the show.
Not much. We're just talking food. Because
Yeah.
wine.
It's after Thanksgiving. That's all Thanksgiving is about anyway, for the most part. That and seeing relatives that you don't give a shit about. Which I fortunately didn't have to deal with this year.
Yeah, my mom called me the other day and she's like, well, I know you're not coming up for Thanksgiving because everything's shutting down again. I was like, wasn't planning on anyways, got a bunch of medical bills. And then she's like, but I hope you'll be able to come over for Christmas. Are you planning on doing that with your sister? No, we haven't talked about that at all because, one, it's a month away, and two, I have no idea where the world's going to be come Christmas time. So,
yeah. It's getting fucking wild.
yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna at least now it's winter, so lockdown isn't as bad.
Yeah, because nobody, for the most part, wants to go anywhere anyway.
Yeah.
Although, like, it really hasn't gotten that cold around here yet, which makes me suspicious.
I'm mildly annoyed.
It's just like, okay, when the fuck's the other shoe gonna drop?
Yeah. No, it's been here, it's just it gets cold and then it gets warm again, and then it gets cold, and then it rains, and then it gets colder, and then it gets warm again. It's annoying as fuck. Make up your mind, weather. Should I wear my sweatshirt plus a jacket? Or should I just be in a t-shirt? What the
Up
fuck?
to the Midwest, that's that the entire year.
Yeah, no, that's how it is in Washington. All across the state. Just the Eastern Washington is more of the extremes. Western Washington is more moderate.
Yeah. Work has been interesting lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, yeah, you
mildly
said you
annoyed
had
right now
stories.
because a fuse blew in my my house.
What? Wait, what?
Oh.
A
What?
fuse blew, so it's not like I can go out and just reset a breaker. I have to go get a new
Ah, that
fuse.
fucking sucks.
Oh, that's fucky. At least of
At
us
least you're still
keep
here.
the computer.
Yeah. It's because this place is knob and tube, which is no longer wiring that's to code. You can't install that wiring in any buildings anymore.
Oh, so you have like the weird light bulb looking fuses?
Yep.
Oh shit.
An
I
Edison
was about to
style
ask that,
fuse.
but I was like, no, Rimshee wouldn't get a place that has that. And then I was like, wait a second. I remember him bitching to me about the electrical in the apartment before. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Edison style fuses. The entire house is basically on one circuit breaker.
Oh, that's great.
It's supposed to be on multiple, but it's on one circuit breaker.
This is okay. No, this is a good thing for everybody though. Everybody in the chat right now, everybody listening. Something that you will not think about when you move into a new place. Check the breaker box to see what kind of shit you have to deal with. There you go.
Yeah, I looked at this stuff when I first moved in.
Yeah.
But I'm an electrician, so of course I did.
Yeah. I checked it because I've heard some horror stories in the past. So
Yeah.
when I moved into this place, breaker box is right by my front door, and I just walked in. I saw it. I was like, "Cool, we're good. It's regular."
Yeah, but I mean, I'm dealing with fucking knob and tube, which is literally what knob and tube is. Is you've got two wires, a black and a white wire, protected by paper insulation,
Oh.
which, you know, that's a great insulator. It's really going to prevent the, being honest here, it's going to prevent the electricity from escaping the wire, as long as it's still good. But, so you've got two wires, a white and a black, protected. Each one's protected by paper, and they're running free air through the building. So you see both wires running along running along the interior of the building. I go out into my garage and I see a black and a white wire running along one of the beams to an outlet.
Yeah, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, all this talk about pants. Who the fuck is wearing pants?
And no grounding wire, which is a requirement these days. So I don't have an equipment ground. I don't have that grounding prong on the outlet for a lot of these outlets. So I had to do an electrical voodoo thing and install a special type of outlet, which everyone has in their house. It's just the standard GFCI, the outlet with the buttons that everyone has in their bathroom. But I have to have those all over the house, and I have to label the goddamn outlets as no equipment ground.
Pain in the dick.
Well, that's fun.
So yeah, that's been Rimshee's archaic electrical house.
Yeah. Well, okay, Canuck, the only reason I'm not pulling out every last strand of knob and tube in this place is because I don't own it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bitch of it.
If I owned this place, that shit would have been gone month 2.
Yeah, the entire house would have been fucking rewired.
Yeah.
Yeah, it. Oh goddamn!
But now, because of that, Miss
Wired
Rimshee
our
doesn't have, because this fuse blew, Miss Rimshee does not have the ability to watch TV, and the heaters aren't going to work.
That's always fun.
Oh, and she won't be able to heat up her food because the microwave, plug the microwaves in, isn't working. Not every fuse. One fuse blew.
But it hits all the wrong places.
Yeah, one single fuse, but it hits everywhere we don't want it to.
How long will it take you to get a new fuse?
That depends on if they have it at the store.
Yeah, that's one of those things at this point, like, you might have to custom order.
Yeah, I hope I hope they can find it.
Yeah, call ahead.
Yeah, we kind of have the same problem here. It's like everything in this house is like wired so fucking weird. It's just like one of the fuses fucking trips, and it's like, oh yeah, so like the TV's out, and so's the fan in one of the bedrooms. It's just like, why the fuck are all these things on the same? I don't fucking know.
I'm
Makes
just
no
surprised
goddamn
it
sense.
has multiple breakers for how small it is. It's ridiculous. There's like 8 of them.
Like I said, like he probably could, Larry, but it's not his place.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about jumpering it past the fuse.
Yeah, I could do that, but I'm not that asshole.
Yeah.
I passed my state certification back in August. I'm not gonna get my first finger wag before I even graduate my apprenticeship.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I used to send you a lot of what the fuck electrical pictures. Why I stopped running across them. That's the only reason why I stopped.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, that's not how that works. Like, Jesus, fuck, that's horrifying.
Yeah. Those were the types I was sending.
Yeah.
I've
Rimshee burned California confirms.
I've gotten the Rimshee to
No.
send me delete this multiple times over some of the electrical faux pas I've sent him.
It's to the point I'm half tempted to just leave the show running and you guys can bullshit and pull people in while I go to the store and get this replacement fuse.
Oh, we
So,
can totally do that. It's not a
I
big
mean,
deal.
yeah.
If Scooter.
I said, like, I've got some work shenanigans that I can talk about at least for the next 10, 20 minutes.
But yeah, join the Discord, hop into the waiting room.
Yeah, go ahead, because Rimshee has to go deal with bullshit in the house.
Yeah, I prefer that.
Yeah.
Don't forget your wife's pie while you're at it.
Oh, I already ate it while we were on the show.
I don't think you know how marriage works, Larry.
No, it doesn't need to keep the show. Like, we're just on a hold screen like we usually are. It's not like it's a visual show. Cats. So he can do whatever he needs to do. Crap, that's general, not the waiting room.
Yeah. Also, this cinnamon Coke that I got is really disappointing.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that last week. You were gonna give it a shot.
Yeah. It's basically just like a normal Coca-Cola. Like Coca-Cola always has like a sort of like a bit of a cinnamon taste to it.
Hmm.
And a bit of like a vanilla taste, but obviously with the vanilla Coke, the vanilla aspect is stronger. With the cinnamon Coke, it's like they only barely dialed up the cinnamon aspect that was already there. It's just like, oh, I can taste it a little bit aftertaste, but that's about it.
Is it like mixing a Coke with like half a shot of Fireball?
I don't drink, so I wouldn't know how to compare that.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, one thing I've always tried. We're gonna go back to sodas like we did last week. One thing I've always wanted to try is there's a movie called Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser,
Yeah.
and Christopher Walken and all that. Christopher Walken's character drinks hot Dr. Pepper.
Mm.
Kind of want to try it, but I'm also scared to try it.
Well, like one of my favorite drinks around here at Verner's. Apparently, up in Michigan, it's like a tradition served.
Oh,
But then again, like Verner's, it's a ginger soda. So that one makes more sense to me because like Verner's, like it's more like a ginger beer than a ginger ale, but it also has kind of a vanilla flavor to it.
yeah, you were talking about that.
It's like a ginger cream.
Ooh, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah. It used to have more bite to it, I think they don't age it as long as they used to. Because it used to be aged like the syrup or whatnot was like aged in barrels for like a minimum of 3 years, I think. But maybe that's just not sustainable anymore.
There's a ginger beer I like to get. It's from Australia.
Hmm.
Forget what it's called though. Got the yellow label and weird pop top on the bottle,
Ah,
where it's the ring that you just pull up and
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. I really enjoy that.
One that another regional soda that like I wanted to try, like I'm curious about, but I just found access to it is Moxie.
Never heard of it.
It's from New England, and it's basically like it's described as like a fairly bitter soda.
Hmm.
So it's like it's not quite like a Coke. It's like its own sort of. And actually, it's the soda that the word Moxie comes from.
Yeah. Um. hmm? Oh, that reminds me. So I tried that Fago root beer.
Ah, you did?
Yeah. No, it was there was so much sugar in that. I got a cavity just smelling it.
Yeah, it's fucking foul, man.
Hmm.
And that metallic fucking aftertaste. Oh, it's so bad.
Man, I'm really cool with all root beers except that one.
Yeah.
I
So like,
have my favorites, like I have my tier list, of course, but god damn, that was bad.
yeah, Fago is pretty much like the only root beer that I actively will not drink.
Yeah. I used to get this one root beer from a local store. It's like an all natural root beer and it was made with actual sassafras.
Hmm. Yeah, that's not much of a thing anymore after it was revealed to be a potential carcinogen.
So good though. It still exists.
Yeah. So like my personal favorite is Spreckers. They um they also had like maple root beer that they came out with recently.
Oh yeah?
It's made with like real Wisconsin maple syrup. Oh my god, it's good.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
But like when it comes to like commercially like big name root beers, I used to be an A&W guy, mainly because that's what my mom always bought.
Hmm.
But I found that as I've gotten older, I really much prefer root beers that aren't quite as sweet and have more of a maple flavor. So of the big name ones, Marks is now my go-to.
Yep. It's also the only it's like the only root beer that has caffeine.
Yeah. I still like A&W all right. It's better than Mug. Mug, I think, is too sweet.
I haven't had mug in so long, and I haven't had A&W in so long because I just go Barks.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember. Barks does have a vanilla root beer. It exists out there in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
where.
You
The only
can.
the only place I know where it's sold is those little choose your own adventure soda fountains at like fast food places and whatnot.
Oh yeah, the Coke freestyle machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly really like those machines
Fuck
because
yeah.
like one of the best ones that I've had out of it is Bart's cream soda with peach. Oh my god,
Uh,
that's so fucking good.
yeah, but you can have so many flavors. It's such like when I first saw one of those, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I saw the options. I'm like, "Oh god, this is an overload." Shit. What should I choose? There are flavors of soda I've never even heard of in this fucking thing.
Yeah, like the strawberry orange and the raspberry peach mellow yellows are really good.
Dude, the strawberry crush. That shit was dope.
Hmm. Yeah, the strawberry lemonade flavor that they came out with, I think last year.
Uh,
Pat says they only sell bars cream soda bubble gum. It's verbal. That does sound good.
yeah.
Then again, I might potentially like it because I like Big Red, but then again, Big Red's kind of its own thing. Bootleg sodas. What the fuck are you talking about, Larry? The other thing that I really like about Sprecher, and they're kind of like my favorite for like craft soda, is they have these seasonal sodas.
Mm.
And the ones that I've had are blueberry, raspberry, strawberry, and red apple.
That sounds like what Jones Soda does around here.
Yeah, but like the strawberry, like well, with all these sodas, like they're made with the actual like fruit juices.
Mm.
So you open a bottle of this strawberry soda, and it literally smells like you have a pint of freshly picked strawberries in your lap.
Nice.
Oh my god, it's delicious! I love it.
Oh,
And
and
that red apple soda, it tasted basically just like biting into like really fresh red apple.
yeah, Jones Soda does a really good red apple like that too. Um, oh, and by the way, for all you alcohol drinkers out there, there's a company called Red, and they make a strawberry cider.
Ooh.
Get that shit. It's fucking delicious. It's dangerously delicious, but it's delicious nonetheless.
Yeah, if I drank, I feel like I'd probably tend towards things like ciders and whatnot.
Oh yeah. My sister works for a brewery that they also make a bunch of ciders.
Mm.
And so she'll just like she used to just like come by and just be like, "Hey, you should try this one. It's a new one that we put in. It's like a semi-sweet, and it's so it makes such good ciders. I miss them."
I've been thinking about like at some point like maybe trying to ship out like because we have a brewery here in downtown Indy called Sundome, and I hear
Mhm.
they've got some pretty good shit.
Yeah, when I first quit drinking, the hardest thing for me was like finding other beverages
Mm.
because I'd always like just get beer,
Yeah.
like whatever. Now that I've explored a lot of other beverages, so there's a lot of good ones out there that I've never tried before. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm getting hooked on kombucha. God
Mm.
damn. There's this one that I get. It's ginger turmeric.
Hmm.
So it's got like a bitter spicy flavor to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, if I'm craving like whiskey or like an IPA or something like that, get one of those, knocks that craving out. Still super tasty.
Oh, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. But I'm not a hippie. I need to replace the drinking with something. And so I tried a bunch of stuff and I was like, kombucha. Oh, that's partially fermented. Let's give that a little check out. Yeah, and then I
Jingles, James is more like a vagabond stoner.
Yeah, that's a bit more.
And that's the thing, is like, not all hippies are stoners and not all stoners are hippies. They're not directly mutable.
You wouldn't say
So
I'm like
that's
alcoholic.
like, he doesn't intend to give up drinking entirely. He's just not going to attempt to pickle his liver.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm finding ways to deal with that. Because when you have to chug a beer to go to sleep, there's a problem.
Yeah. Like at least you got to the point where you had the realizations like, yeah, I do have a problem.
Well, yeah. Well, when you go to the hospital for mental health issues and your blood alcohol level is 462, it's time to give it up for a bit. Like, yeah.
Like my dad, like a old friend of his, Danny, his younger brother, he at his worst, he was basically drinking about a bottle of vodka daily, and he just kept doing that until it killed him.
Yeah. Well, especially since like now I'm on antidepressant meds and stuff. So that sort of nips the root of the problem in the bud. And I've drank since.
Yeah.
But like I don't have that same compulsion. Like I'm sad, let's get drunk because that makes me happy, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to turn to it to mask the symptoms.
To self-medicate and whatnot. Yeah.
Like I say, like that's essentially what it is. Like it's masking, like
Yeah.
it's covering up the problem temporarily. It's not actually getting rid of it.
Yeah, you're still gonna hit a breaking point at some point or another. And like I said, I'm not done drinking. Crap, Larry, I was already sad. That was the problem.
Yes. I mean, like I never drank like James did. Like I've never even touched this stuff. But like being sad kind of loses its appeal after a while.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, everything sucks. I suck.
Oh well, sorry, I shouldn't say I'm sad. Like my depression is more like apathy. So it's like drinking to feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was there was apathy at times, but mine mostly took the form of crippling hopelessness,
Yeah, that's yeah.
which is fun.
We're not doing a serious Saturday, so I'm not going to get too much into it. We'll do a serious Saturday about mental health and shit at some point.
Yeah, because I'm sure we've all heard stories. Like
Oh,
hell, me, you, and Addie could just sit down and talk for several hours, probably about like, yeah, so depression is shit. Like really shit.
yeah. Fuck, it sucks. Being medicated is cool, though.
Yeah, I will. People are like, oh, you had to go and get some pills from the doctor. Fuck off, asshole.
Yeah, I know.
I ain't giving up my fucking pills. I was fucking miserable without them.
Yeah, no, the pills are more like to give yourself a break so that you can work on your shit without
It's like
like
the pills, like they balance it out enough. Like they take enough of the edge off for you to actually have the time to sit and reflect about why you're actually as miserable as you are.
yeah. Yeah, Larry, pills are kind of like a holiday. It's time to reflect and like be able to go through normal life without just like I had days where it was just like, yeah, I'm not leaving bed today. Fuck this.
Yeah.
I just went to sleep.
Like for me, like the main reason I keep taking is I know that I'm worse off without them than I am.
Yeah.
So as long as they help, there's no reason for me to stop. And if anything, I just view it as I view it as preventative maintenance.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to be in the same position I was a year ago or even just a few months ago.
Yeah, because like that's always like the big concern. Like once you start to get feeling better and like get like a stable, like routine of like medication and like self care, like you never want to fucking fix once you get into that point.
Yeah. All right, we're getting into Saturday territory. Let's play Cricket.
Do we have to?
No, we don't. But let's switch subjects. Hey, everybody else, were you jealous of Americans having their Thanksgiving yesterday? Because I know a lot of our audience is foreigners.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Oh yeah, I did have shit to talk about. We started talking about sodas and it went on a rabbit hole of other things.
Yeah.
Like this is the drink that I'm using to replace the thing that I used to use to replace my dealing with my problems.
Yep.
Anyway.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's discuss what Larry brought up real quick. Yeah, anybody wearing pants? Take them off right now. Just stop. Stop wearing pants. You don't need to wear pants. You're not on camera right now. Just stop.
But I like my sweatpants.
Sweatpants slightly different. It might be chilly where you're at. That's okay.
Yeah, it's November. It is starting.
Yeah, that's fine. I will accept the cold weather and wearing like pajama pants or sweatpants or something like that. But if you aren't wearing the most comfortable pair of pants or no pants at all, go for it now. Larry, I'm freeballing. I always freeball during shows. I'm completely naked right now. Well, I'm wearing socks, so it's a little awkward. But
I compromise with a few people. Like, yeah, I'm wearing my sweatpants, but I don't wear a shirt or socks around the house because fuck it, I'm at home and I don't care.
Yeah.
Even if people visit most of the time, as long as I know them, I ain't gonna get up and put a shirt on for somebody. Bet I'm at home. They're in my house.
I don't have carpet. Tina, how'd you know they are thigh highs?
Yeah, I prefer the longer socks, especially when it starts to get to be this time of year.
Yeah. All right, so tell us some stories from your week at work because apparently you had some shit happen.
Yeah. I've worked this store for nearly 2 years, never have to contact the authorities. I had to do it twice in the span of a week. But that's going to be the last. I'll get to that. So this starts on Saturday. I always go into work about 20 minutes early. Mainly so I can see the state of the store, see if the food is stocked, and like prepare a few things prior to clocking in just to make my workday easier. I also have to check, like how many cookies I have left, like if the cookies I have set out date, so that I can take those back behind the counter to be marked as waste, and calculate in my head real quick how many I'm going to have to bake and how many trays I'm going to need for it. Basic shit. So I'm not even clocked in yet. I've only recently got into the store. And I have a persistent medical condition called postnasal drip. And basically what this does...
I've had postnasal drip from doing coke.
Yeah, mine's just natural and chronic.
Oh.
I've had it most of my life. But for those in the audience that don't know, basically what postnasal drip is your sinuses produce more mucus than they need to, and the excess drains into your throat.
Mm-hmm.
And this typically happens while I'm asleep. So I'll wake up in the morning and I'll just have this nasty, congealed glob of off caught in my throat a lot of the time. And for anybody that, it feels like they've ever had something stuck in their throat, that's basically a constant issue for me.
Yeah.
So I'm behind the counter, standing next to the trash can, drinking a bit of lemonade to try and lubricate my throat a bit so I can cough this shit out and get on with my day. And as I'm standing there, trying to get this out, all of a sudden this dude starts screaming at me. I hear you nasty mother. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look up and there's this customer standing on the other side of the counter glaring at me like, you fucking nasty. Put a fucking mask on. Wash your fucking hands before I fucking report you.
Because you were talking up some shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, as I said, I'm behind the counter. I'm more than 6 feet away from this guy. There's a plastic screen between me and him, and he has a mask on.
Who has a mask on?
The dude who is screaming at me for trying to clear my throat.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I swear, it's probably the closest that I've come recently to just outright telling a customer to go f themselves. Because, dude, you are being completely fucking ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
You see, technically, I'm not required to wear a mask until I clock in, but I usually put it on before then anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I'm actively trying to get something out of my throat. I don't want it to get on the inside of my mask and get another mask. That's just a waste.
Yeah. That reminds me of I was walking to work one morning. It's like 5:45 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's out on the streets. And this guy is across the street and sees me not wearing a mask because I'm just smoking a cigarette and drinking my coffee before I go into work.
Oh boy.
And he's like, put a fucking mask on. Okay, dude. I just kept fucking walking.
That's it. I just looked at this dude and went to go and fucking wash my hands because I was planning on doing that anyway. Because I work with food and I always wash my hands before I start and multiple times throughout my shift because I'm not a nasty asshole, contrary to what this guy believes. So, yeah, that was Saturday morning. Then Sunday morning, fucking the guy that I'm working with, he's a alcoholic and a fucking idiot. Lazy bastard on top of
Mm-hmm.
he is doing fucking tobacco inventory. And he does one of the dumbest, most rookie things you could ever do while working a convenience store. He sets 2 cartons of Newports on the front counter.
Yeah.
Some of you probably already know where this is going. This fucking bitch walks up to the counter and is like, "Sir, can you help me?" And as soon as he goes to waddle his limpy-headed ass around the counter, she snatches them both up and walks out the door.
Fun.
It's like, oh, there goes $150.
Goddamn cigarettes are cheap in your state.
Yeah, compared to you guys, at least.
Yeah.
So,
Cigs
I
are
mean,
fun, aren't they?
we had to call the police, file a report for that. Well, he called the police. I get my turn next, though. So Monday morning rolls around. And I said, like, I had previously called the police just later, like, kind of like late last week, about the guy who was in his underwear and shoes galloping around my parking.
Yeah.
I'm in the back room. I'm washing dishes.
By the way, I love that story.
Oh, this one's kind of better. This one's
Wait.
kind of better.
When the cop's just like, goddamn, and just sort of walks after him. It's so funny. It's fucking shit.
So I'm in the back room washing dishes, and I'm gonna have to take my headset off for a second and kind of like take a step back to like it replicate what I heard.
Okay.
So I said, I'm washing dishes, and all of a sudden I hear this.
Okay.
And I'm like, in the So I realized pretty quickly it's coming from the men's bathroom. So I walk out of the back room because there's a door that leads into the hallway where the bathrooms are. And the men's restroom door is like across from this door. I walk over and I push the door open. Now, the bathrooms have automatic lights.
Mhm.
And they go out after a certain amount of time after they've been triggered.
Someone taking too long to take a shit?
No. So it's about 10 to 15 minutes for like these lights to go. So I push the door open and the lights come on. And I can see, like, I can't see the dude himself, but I can tell that he's just standing in the stall. Which means that he was standing in the stall in the dark, screaming. And I'm like, is everything all right in there? No answer. Just more screaming. And I'm like, okay, I'm not dealing with this.
By the way, real quick, thanks, Dina. She resubscribed with Prime for the 8th month in a row.
Thank you, Dina.
Thanks, Dina.
So I get on the phone for the second time in a week, Johnson County Dispatch. Now, like, yeah, there's some dude in my bathroom screaming. And he's like, well, do you have a description? It's like, he's in the stall, and I kind of don't want to go in there. So they're like, okay, like, we'll get somebody out. Call us back if you get a look at him if he comes out. I'm like, all right. So a couple of minutes go by. He's just screaming endlessly.
Silent
And
Hill.
I go back to the bathroom and like kind of carefully push the door open. And he's standing out in the middle of the bathroom now. And he's fucking like in khaki pants and like an Aaron Rodgers jersey. And he's just got his hands on his knees and he's screaming. And like in the brief moment that I'm watching him, he like kind of like starts to like turn in a circle in place and like vigorously starts rubbing his head with his hands.
Which head?
The
This is
one where
important.
I assume his brain used to be.
Okay.
So the one in his
checking.
pants. Got it.
So I call them back. I give the guy's description. And it's less than 5 minutes later, like 5 cars roll up in our parking lot from 2 different departments.
Cool. I love how you get that 2 departments showing up at the same time thing. It seems to be a
Well, like the area that I'm at, like we're just on the we're just where like you're leaving Indianapolis and going into Greenwood. So there's kind of some overlap between IMPD and Greenwood.
This sounds, yeah, but this sounds like Super Troopers. Nah, this is Highway Patrol territory. Nah, this is territory.
I'm kind of surprised that, like, because we do get Indiana State Troopers in the store every now and then. I'm kind of surprised we didn't have one of them show up too. Anyway,
Yeah, that would have been. Hey, free burritos.
5 cars roll up. A male and female officer come in, and they go into the bathroom. And they convince the guy to come out, and they must have asked him like what he had done or like what was going on as they were coming out, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm drunk. And I'm like, no you're not. No you're fucking not.
Nah.
Nah, this dude was tweaking hardcore.
Yeah, I get it. Been there. Well, I haven't been there, but you know. Get it.
Sounds like a dance you'd go to, though.
And like my assistant manager is like, man, there's like 5 cars out there. So why do they send? It's like, well, like in a case like this, if they think the dude's, like really fucked up on something, if he gets violent, they're going to want to have like potentially multiple guys to restrain him.
Yeah. I've seen way too many videos of people fucked up on drugs that just overpower like 5 cops.
Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yeah, the fact that there's 5 patrol cars sitting out there, that doesn't surprise me at all.
If anything, it's mildly concerning that there aren't more.
But so they take him outside, and I guess I can see him through the windows, just kind of like wandering around back and forth, like rubbing his arms and hugging himself and kind of like bouncing in place. And he comes back in at one point, one of the female officers, and kind of like leans on one of the counters towards the front where we used to have like stools that people could sit at. He's just like, oh man, oh no, I'm so fucked up, man. It's like, understatement. Fortunately, though, he was cooperative. He didn't get aggressive. They called the EMTs and they partnered. But considering that this was Monday morning and he was wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey, the only thing that I can assume is that he must have been really upset at that come behind victory that the Colts pulled. But yeah, that was my week.
Well, that's fun. I'm so glad I don't deal with. I'm so glad I don't deal with the public anymore.
Shit.
Yeah.
I need a fucking desk job, man.
Not even a desk job, just not dealing with the public job. Like, I don't have a desk job. I just work in a factory, putting shit together and packaging it.
Yeah.
Nice.
My feet are also kind of one of my main concerns.
Oh, can't be on your feet all day?
Yeah, I've got a pretty bad case of plantar fasciitis.
Well, then do I have the job for you? It's one that I don't want to do anymore, and you get to sit all day. It's
Okay.
extremely repetitive.
I'm good at repetitive.
Yep. You literally grab a box, you grab a part out of a box on your right, you hold it up to this nozzle, you hit a button with your foot, it fills up the thing, it fills up the part with silicone, then you place it on a tray so the silicone can cure. And you just do that one.
Yeah.
You're not in a condom factory, are you?
No.
Are you
can
sure?
wear headphones.
You know, like
You can wear your headphones and listen to whatever you want.
Like my particular spectrum disorder, I'm very well set up for doing repetitive routine style tasks.
Yeah.
I can just kind of turn my brain off, do it without even having to put any thought into it until I need to go home.
Well, we're not even in mass production for that specific part. So like, but I'm also the only person that knows how to do it, and I can't wait until I can just train somebody else to do it. I hate sitting there all day.
Because I've been doing essentially the same thing, like making the same food items in the exact same way at the exact same times, pretty much, for going on 2 years.
Oh, yeah, but also with this in the mornings, like you would take some buckets because it's a 2-part silicone that gets mixed together.
It's what feels the best
buckets.
once it's cured.
Yeah. So you take that over to a paint mixer and you mix the buckets, like 20 minutes to mix what you're going to need for the day. Then you fill up the tanks and then you just vacuum seal it so the bubbles get out, sort of set up your workstation. By the time you get everything set up, you can go for it and you just keep going till the day ends pretty much. And you can't stop because that stuff starts curing in like 5 to 10 minutes. So you just keep fucking going.
Yeah. Anyway, talk amongst yourselves. I got piss like a racehorse.
Well, you guys still getting weirded out about me getting a golden shower from Calvin.
You're the only one who enjoys it. I'm dealing with the golden rainbow.
Yeah, it's fair.
No, not golden rainbow. Golden arc. But it's such a small stream, it's just going right over my head and it's not hitting me.
Yeah, which is nice.
I tell you what, though,
Yeah.
check your electrical shit.
What?
Everyone, check the electrical panel that you have.
Before you move in. Yes.
Well, I mean, hopefully you never have to deal with it, but at least get familiar with what it is. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
upgrading this shit because it's not my place. Unless he fucking says, hey, you don't have to pay rent for 2 months. If you just, for like 2, 3, 4 months, if you just rewire this entire building, you don't have to pay rent, I'd be like, sold! I'll do that
Yeah,
shit.
you should toss that idea to your landlord.
Yeah. He's not gonna go for it, I already know.
Hey, it doesn't hurt to ask.
No, that's why I know.
Because you asked?
Yeah. Actually, it was because of specific other things that I suggested. He's like, no, no. And this is more in depth than those things, so it's kind of one of those, you ain't doing it. No, not happening. If it's gonna happen, I'm gonna hire someone.
Hire you.
Yeah, he won't. Because I'm not a insured contractor.
That's kind of fair. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, legal wise, I still think it's dumb, but I understand it.
Yeah. But yeah, I would completely gut this place. The fuse box is in the closet, which is not to code anymore, by the way.
Yeah. Well, are you willing to go through the whole reporting that it's not up to code?
It's not up to code anymore, but because of the age of the house, it's legal up until you do like an electrical remodel in that
Okay, so
area.
it's like
Yeah,
it's like seatbelt.
it's not up to code for new installation. It's perfectly acceptable if that's how it's been.
Yeah, so it's like seatbelts in classic cars.
Yeah. Grandfathered in.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, if you have a classic car that did not originally come with seatbelts, you don't have to have seatbelts in it. As long as no seatbelts were installed at any point in time.
Yeah.
Found that out from my dad because of his 1962 Mercury Meteor.
Not bad.
Such,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd much rather die a free man than fucking live surviving on my knees.
yeah.
And I'm not going to continue that statement where my thought went. I am not
Well,
going to say what I
when the
thought.
apocalypse happens, I'm gonna survive on my knees as a free man.
Yeah, I'm not continuing with what I was gonna with what I was
We
thinking
all have our
because
uses. James just says.
Yeah.
Jabel's perfectly fine surviving as a free man on his knees. The question is he okay with surviving as a
Nope, you fucked it up. Moving on.
yeah.
Did you lose it, or did you just think you could come up with something by the time you reached that part of the sentence?
No, I lost it. I had something and then it's just gone. You don't know what I was doing earlier while driving. Well, it wouldn't have been while I was driving. But still!
when we were talking about him having some of Mrs. Rimshee's pie, you think we were talking about food?
Yes and no.
Yeah. All right. I'm tired of the dead air. So, yeah, fucking nothing happened this week for me. No.
I had to deal with a architect who, based on his actions having to do with this building, I'm not sure he finished architect school.
Yeah, tell this story.
So
Y2K, that's good.
this guy specifically has made so many changes to what is in the plans since the plans were released. It's just, yeah, we're probably going to have to change that because he's an asshole. But in my specific case, I had to run some conduit because the fire department and police department need to be able to get signal for their radios down in the sections of the building that are blocking all those signals from getting through otherwise. And the architect was told before day one that those would have to go in. But he didn't let us know or put it in the plans or anything like that until after the building was almost done completely already.
Awesome.
And so I ran the conduit on the side of the building perfectly fine. It looks fantastic. The general contractor's thinking that's looking great. My foreman's like, that looks pretty damn good. Architect comes along, no, it's outside the building. You have to put it inside the building. So instead of coming relatively straight and then having a 11-degree offset into a box and then having a pipe run down the side of a building from that box perfectly straight, I'm going to have to replace that with a 90-degree turn followed by another 90-degree turn into a box, which will allow the pipe, which will allow the wire to run down on the inside of the building, straight down until the bottom, about 4 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet up. Then 90 out of the building into another box, and then come out of the side of that box into another box, and out of that box down into the ground.
A fucking mess.
And he's really lucky that we don't, to my understanding, we don't have to pull fiber optics in that pipe anymore. Because we had to have like 24-inch radius 90-degree bends in order to accommodate the fiber optic cable. So
Yeah.
Since it's just going to be coaxial cable now, we don't have to have that massive thing. Because if we did have that, it would have been a much bigger pain in the fucking ass to get anything anywhere.
Yeah, that sounds like such a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah. And like I said, he'd known about this set of pipe runs from day one. Didn't tell us until almost the entire building is already done. Floors are put in, paint is on the wall, counters are going, because I'm working at a school. Counters are going on the lab tables. Whiteboards are going in.
Yeah.
It's just one of those
Sorry.
dumb
projects.
things. Like
There's just some things that you should justifiably be taken out and beaten over.
Honestly, I am glad that I don't talk to this guy because I would literally ask him if he finished architect school.
It's like,
And then if he said yes, how?
This is going to come off as kind of direct. Are you actually qualified?
I have a feeling if I was the guy that had to deal with him, I would be kicked off the job so quick.
Makes sense.
Like, I'm not normally that asshole. Most people around here know I'm not that kind of asshole normally. This guy, without talking to me, has annoyed me that much. With all the shit I've seen have to change.
It's like all this fucking headache, all of this redrafting and like redoing a shit just because you couldn't be bothered to open your fucking mouth.
You couldn't be bothered to think for a half a second. Maybe I should mention this.
It's like, yeah, this is going to be incredibly inconvenient for everybody, but fuck it. It's not my job to put it together. Fucking asshole.
Yeah. And what's kind of funny is I find out we have to redo that when I finish doing the exact same thing that I have done on this building, on the other building that the pipe was running to.
Hey, you get paid hourly though, right?
Oh, I get paid hourly, but it's just one of those
Yeah.
things of how the fuck are you not thinking things through well enough? How the hell do you have this job if you do pulling this shit? Or is this your first and last job? But hopefully I don't have to redo it on the other building, because that one, the pipe is coming up the side of the building, on the back of the building, where it's not going to be very visible. And also, you can't bring it inside because it's already been turned over to the customer. And it goes right along the kitchen. So unless you want us to run completely like not 500, but like 100 feet, 200 feet to the left, and then pop into the building and then run it up, which still wouldn't work because you're still going into a kitchen, and in that case you're going into a fucking freezer.
Yeah. So I'm gonna shift a little bit and I'm gonna ask a few questions. So there's a game I want to get on the Switch. It is not on sale. I can afford to buy it not on sale. But should I wait until Monday when it's Cyber Monday to see if it goes on sale?
I'd wait till Monday.
Yeah. No sense not.
Because worst case scenario, it's not on sale still, and you just buy it. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I really wanted to play it this weekend. Because I have so much time.
Is it a new game or is it an old game?
It's a newer game. Yeah, it just came out like in August, September.
Then it's
something like
probably
that.
not going to be on sale, but it's worth waiting to check.
Yeah.
Like if it came out last week, no, just get it. You're not gonna be doing anything. You're not gonna win yourself anything by waiting.
It's a Larry. They don't need more. It's Pikmin 3. Yeah. I remember liking the first two. I downloaded the demo. I haven't played the demo yet. So I'm going to play the demo first before I make my decision on whether or not to buy it. But
Yeah, the devs aren't gonna get the whole price.
yeah.
They're gonna get their
Yeah.
like $6 or $7 from the purchase that they would get anyway.
Yeah, Pikmin is awesome. That's why I want to get the third one that just came out. I need a new game. I'm tired of all the games that I already have.
And Y2K, yes, 1.5-inch conduit is actually correct. And those aren't the standard 90s. Those are just the 90s the big old sweeping 90s that they were requiring because it's fiber optic.
Yeah. All right. What was the? I had something else I was going to ask, but I think I'm going to skip that because I don't remember it. Rimshee, we good?
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I just gotta wait for it to properly recognize.
All right.
There we go. Yeah, we got it recognized. Go for it.
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Let's just say it's Discord every Friday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will now raid the Laughing Scoundrel podcast with Nick Gorth, and I'll probably be on that show too. So I'll see you guys over there when we do raid. Anybody else?
That's everyone.
It's because
Yeah.
Jables is a narcissist.
It's because I'm Nick's friend. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks to everybody that resubscribed. I appreciate it. Didn't see any new subscriptions, but thanks everybody that resubscribed.
Thanks for putting up with me having to dip out.
It's Brainwash, Larry, and Dina. Thank you very much. I don't think I'm missing anybody.
Later,
Nope,
all.
I don't think so either. Yep. Late.
All right, now we transition. Bye.